Hello again, people that like cartoon cars or super deformed caricatures. I have these two rally cars. I like rally racing. I used to watch it on TV back when I had the Speed channel, but don't really pay for cable TV anymore. I'm not sure many people do. Let's see here. This is a Petter Solberg. Both of these cars are made by Wonda Coffee. They're free promo items that come with a can of coffee. It says here Wanda, and these are from the 2008 World Rally season, and I guess this particular one is for the Rally Japan, driven by Petter Solberg, and here we go. Petter Solberg came in 6th place for the Drivers' Championship in 2008. Subaru came in 3rd place for the Constructors' Championship. Alright, there we go. I mean, for a free promo, I think it's pretty cool. It's not obviously a scale model. It's going to be lacking details, but how much can a can of coffee really cost? So to think that you get this with it, I think that's great. I wish I had access to that. This car we're looking at was driven by Toshihiro Arai, and he's in something called the Production Championship, which I don't really know. I would have to imagine these are maybe just stock vehicles with, different tires and wheels. And Wikipedia tells me that he came in 12th place. So, same season of racing, just different classes of cars, I guess. Alright, let's start with this one here by Petter Solberg. So, yeah, well, actually, there's some silver, but this white stripe is not covering that silver edge there, so that wasn't laid on properly. The red taillights, yeah, there's some overrun there and there. The silver's missing a little there, but it's all tampo printed, there's no decals. So that's nice. It's a metallic blue, so that's nice as well. I think the plastic itself might be metallic. You can kind of see the shininess of the plastic there. The grille has a texture, a different texture down here, some ribs here, some printing of all the sponsors, which looks good, some silver headlights. Not enough silver here, unfortunately. A little black printing here for hood vents. A little bump here for some air to get into the cabin. A totally blacked out window, it looks like, with some tampo printing on it. Okay. The rear wing is a separate piece, and I gotta say, this rear wing is not bad. At least this bottom part's really thin. It's a lot thicker here, but it has curvature to it. I mean, it's interesting. It's a double-decker wing. And this little freebie toy pulled it off. Alright, so the wheels, they're gold, so that's nice. They are blanked off, though. You could easily just put some black paint wash in there, and that'll really make them look better. What I'm not a big fan of is the giant wheel gap. That's it's like the wheels are just too small. I'm trying to see how fast this thing will go. Well, unfortunately, this thing is very, very light, so even if you crank the motor, it just does a burnout because the thing is so light. Alright, so it's not a really effective toy. Let's see about this one. That one, oh, you know what, that one works better. This one, even though it's the same lightness, it just has better traction, so that's weird. Oh, but the tires look a little bit different. These are smoother on the right. These have a little bit of a weird texture. Maybe these are just old and hard. Oh, in fact, I'm touching that. That's a really hard, almost plastic. This one is definitely softer, it seems. It's still pretty hard rubber, but you can see how I'm bending it there. But this one, no. So that's why I was doing burnouts. The rubber's all hard. It's more like a plastic wheel. Okay, well, let's look at this Arai version here. So I like this, got a totally different paint job. And same, printing everywhere. It's a blue metallic. Yeah, alright. You'll notice it is a different... Well, that looks all the same. It's only the wing is different, I guess. But it has to be a different mold because this wing is molded into the top roof there. They're both 4-doors. Both have the... No, they don't have the same front end. This one has a tiny black groove here, and it's a deep... Well, it's a depression. This one doesn't have such a groove. And then the hood scoop is different, right? That's got a hood scoop. And then this one has an air box up on the top. So they are totally different castings. But this one also says Rally Japan on the bottom, so it's probably a collection. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. But for some reason, the rubber compound on this is totally shot, where this one not so much. So probably just a matter of where it was stored and how it was stored. You'll notice the tire on this is totally wrong. It's really thick here, really thin here. So that's pretty bad. I've never seen a tire that messed up. Same here, look how thin it is there, look how thick it is there. This one as well. Only this one's relatively concentric. These are relatively concentric, just super hard, so same wheels it seems, just different colors obviously. So we're going to try a wheel swap here. I like Subarus enough that even though these are really cheap toys, I'm going to try a 3D printed wheel swap. And I went ahead and just printed some Subaru wheels, you know, from different rally cars. They're not exactly the ones that belong on these in the photographs, but they are Subaru ProDrive wheels. So here's a ProDrive 10-spoke, and I have a brake system back there as well with some red calipers. I'm not sure if that color is accurate. And then this is a different type of ProDrive wheel with, again, a brake system and a red caliper back there. So we're going to try these guys out. Actually, if you look at this Toshi Arai photo, those are the... Oh, I think so small. Those are the wheels, I think. Yeah. So that one actually does match up, just not the color. Alright, so let's take a look at the construction of these little Wonda freebies. That just totally dropped out easily. But not this one. Huh, different colored gears, but pretty much the same construction. Seems like the motor is held in by these two side tabs here. So pop that one out. It's kind of hard to pop both out though, because if you pop one side out, the other side pops back in. Alright, so that did finally work. And then it seems to have nothing to do with trapping the front axle, so it's totally different than, say, a Chorokyu in its construction. I'm like twisting and pulling, so that's how I got that wheel off there. The question is, the hole I put on my 3D printed wheels, I think it's a little too small. But I think I don't care so much. I'm going to try, well, let's see here. See, that gear is actually crooked. Oh no, there's just a lot of play in it. I'm curious, hold on here. Here is a real Chorokyu motor. Is it the same size? I think it is the exact same size. So I actually took the gear out of the drive shaft of this Chorokyu motor. I'm going to pop it in here and see if it will fit. And it does. Okay. The reason why I want that is I'm just going to mount these with the Potafix Pro Putty. And I want to take up the space so I don't have to have as much putty. Alright, so let's see the melt marks for the wing there. And yeah, the blue itself is metallic. Okay. Trying to get that tongue and groove going in there. Alright, let's get the screw back in with the hand screwdriver. Alright. So this is Solberg, so I'm going to put these 10 spokes on the Solberg one. Here's Potafix Pro Putty. Let's put the brake caliper towards the door. See, now it's filling in the gap quite a bit. These are the wheels here and the tires are from The wheels I printed myself, but the tires are coming off of a Chorokyu. They're the front tires of Chorokyu toys. So they naturally are a much bigger diameter than these Wonda ones. Alright, so I think that looks better already. Yeah, because it's filling in the gap, right? Let's push it down. So give me a minute. I'm going to go and do that for the other one, and we'll come back and see how these look with the finished wheels. Okay, so here we are, and the tricky part was I set the riding stance, so there's still a little bit of an air gap. It would have been a lot easier if I just slammed them to the ground, but rally cars aren't totally slammed to the ground because they got to clear rocks and all that stuff, right? So you will notice, yeah, if you look at these photos, this is probably a production car that Araya is driving, and this is a totally tricked out WRC level, you know, top tier level, so everything looks a little bit different on the hood, and it's, yeah, alright. Well, I do actually have a production road car here, and this is by BM Creations, so you'll see the front end is quite similar. It's got the big hood scoop on the hood. Okay, unfortunately I don't have a 2008 Rally version, but I do have a 2006 Rally version, and this is by CM's, which is an extinct brand of die-cast cars. Okay, so you can see that Wonda, you know, they foreshortened the body maybe like 30%, you know, so it's maybe 2/3 as long as a normal car. The widths are generally this, you know, in the same ballpark. Okay, let's get these guys out of here and look at some Chorokyu style vehicles here. Alright, this first Chorokyu is a Toyota Supra SO Ultraflow. It's a road racing car. I don't really have any rally ones. This is a Honda City Turbo, and this last one is a Mazda RX-7 252i. I'll put it behind there. So, you know, those are all road racing cars, and they're definitely even more deformed. You know, very, very cartoonish. The Wondas are naturally, they are cartoonish, just not as ridiculous looking as the Chorokyus. So, alright. Well, I gotta say again, you know, for something that just comes with a can of coffee at a convenience store, these are pretty cool little toys, I think. You know, I really wish I lived in Japan. I'm assuming Wonda's a Japanese company. And, you know, if you live in Japan, you could just go and drink some canned coffee and have a whole collection of stuff sooner or later. But, sadly, I have to buy stuff on the secondary market. But these aren't really that expensive anyways, because there's really only a handful of us collecting these things, it seems. So, if this sort of thing interests you, hop on eBay, and you can get them relatively inexpensively. But I guess you're still overpaying because they were free to someone. Alright guys, well, stay tuned. I'm going to get some more. Alright, thanks for watching.